Hello and welcome to our new onboarding video format. My name is Rachel and I will guide you through the first challenges and will cover different topics step by step. After this onboarding video, you will be able to understand and implement the basic possibilities of Shopware 6 and will be able to make the first configurations and settings. So let's go. True to the motto, your shop in 1 hour. Have fun! So let's start with the installation wizard. First of all, we have to select the language we want to use for the wizard. I will keep it with English here and then just click on Next. Then we come to the system requirements. Our requirements are met, so this is the reason why we see these little green dots here. This means we can click on Next again. Here we have our general terms and conditions. So in most cases, just hit the checkbox here and click Next again. Here we have our database configuration. These are the main configuration you set with the wizard for the database. So just type in, so if you already have a database, you can just type in your username and the password, or you can click on create new database and create a new one in this window here. So I already have one, so I'll just copy my user and my password. Then click into the field database name and you will see that the database name is selected automatically. So now we can start the installation by clicking on Start Installation. You see we are in the installation point here now and you can see the steps which are made, and this process will take a few minutes. So just wait at this point here. Now, after I have waited several minutes, I can now see that my shop has been installed. So click on Next again. Now we come to the main configuration. So here we have to type in our shop name. I will call my shop Shopware Barbecue. The shop email address, the default system language and the default currency. Please note at this point, when you select the system language and the default currency, you can't change them afterwards. So if you select your after you select your system language and currency, you can't change these afterwards in your system. Select the default country here. At this point, you can select other currencies you want to offer in your shop. I'll leave it with euro and pound. And right at the bottom, you have to type in your admin address, email address. Just use this one again. Your admin first name, just demo test. Your admin login name, and your admin password. Please obviously choose a complicated password and not like me, these ones. Click on Next after you have finished, and then your shop will be installed. You now automatically are in your administration point. As a welcome, the administration wizard appears. This is another wizard for the default settings or the language settings, etc. So start with clicking on next. First of all, we've got the demo data and the possibility to click on migrate shop. So if you already have a Shopware 5 shop or another shop system, you can start the migration with a migration assistant. You don't have to install the demo data, but you can. So in our case, I will create an own product with you in a minute. So I will just click on next here. This is the point where we select our main sales channel, our default sales channel. So we've got the headless and the Shopware barbecue. Because we want to use our Shopware barbecue shop, we will just select the Shopware barbecue as the main sales channel. Click on next. We've got our mailer configuration here. You can configure it later or set up your local email agent or configure your own SMTP server. I will configure it later because this is not necessary at this point. I will also skip the PayPal setup because we don't need it at this moment. This is just a note for the Shopware markets and just a recommendation page for the extensions. So just click on next again. Here is the point where you can enter your Shopware account credentials. I will skip this point as well, but at this point you would just insert your email address and password from your Shopware account. So the account would be linked to your administration then. And of course our Shopware store, I can activate it here. Also, I could have just skipped it, but Click on finish to finish this wizard and to get started with your shop then. So welcome to your Shopware 6 administration. This is your Shopware 6 dashboard. So you find statistics and your turnover here. Here are some links to the documentation. The Shopware Help Center is here, and here's a possibility to give feedback. On the left side, you see your dashboard where you can then find products, categories, properties, your orders, everything which contains customer stuff, your content, for example, the shopping experiences, your promotions, your newsletters, your extensions, and very important, your settings. And down here you find all your created sales channels. So before we start with creating a product, I want to show you how to create categories. In the category management, you administrate the category structure of your shop. And in Shopware 6, the categories are also used to organize the shop pages and the service menu. So you can find the module under catalogs and then categories. Yeah, on the left side you will find the category structure displayed as a fold-out menu. There you have the possibility to change the sorting by drag and drop. This is possible on every category level, and you can also move a category into another category as a subcategory. As mentioned at the beginning, the categories are also used for footer navigation and the service menu. So for a clear administration, it can be useful to work with 2 or 3 category trees. For each category, the context menu can be opened with this button here. which can be used to execute further functions. For example, create a new category before the selected category, after the selected category, or a new subcategory of the selected category. You can also edit and delete it here. So before we create a category together, I want to show you how this looks in the storefront. So this is our actual storefront. We've got our category structure. So this is the entry point, it's the home category, and as you see, we've got no products in there. We have no layout, we have nothing in our store. So this is our actual clean shop at the moment. So now we want to create a category tree, which will appear as a tab bar up here. So we can select between different categories and put different products in there. So for this, we have to create a subcategory for our home category. In our case, I think I will just name it gas barbecue, and let's say another one charcoal barbecue. So now we've got these two new categories. Obviously, we want to have different products in them. But first of all, we just go into one of them. This is the general configuration page of this selected category. First of all, let's activate it. This is the name, but we already typed it in. So here we can enter some individual tags for it. We can select the category type here. We can choose between page list or listing page, an structuring element or the entry point, and a link. So we'll just leave it at page, listing page. Then we come to the navigation. This is our entry point for the category. So in our case, it's the main navigation, and we'll just obviously choose our sales channel, Shopware Barbecue. Just for a note here, obviously you can choose more sales channels if you want. Here in the menu settings, you can either hide the navigation, you can upload a file or a picture for the category, or you can just go directly to your already uploaded media, and you can enter a description for this category. So let's just click on save, confirm, and then just let's have a look in the storefront. Yippee! We've got our first category, gas barbecue. Obviously still without products, but we already created the first category together. So let's go to the tab products. This is the point where we can then select products for this specific category. We can choose between manual selection or dynamic product group. What a dynamic product group is, you can look that up in our documentation or in our user training. So let's just leave it by manual selection. Then we come to the point where we just select the products. Obviously we haven't created a product yet, so we'll just leave it as it is at the moment. In the layout assignment, you can change your category layout, or you can go directly into the designer to create a listing layout. If you don't have a layout or don't want to select one, the Shopware default listing layout is selected. Here in the category info, we've got some configuration settings, just like the display mode, that the category media, which we previously selected, should be displayed as a cover display, a standard, or in stretch. We can type in a minimum height. We could also give the image an URL. So if you click on the image, you will directly get linked to another page or this URL. You can choose between URL, product category, email address, or phone number. So these are the things you can select. And here you would enter the URL. This is the settings or the content settings. So you can remove the data mapping and just select another image. Filter, that's not necessary at this point. And the category listing, this is the settings for the category. So you can say if you want to have a standard image or a big image or a minimal content. So this is necessary for the listing then. We've got our SEO settings at the end, but this is not necessary for us now, so let's just carry on with our categories. Let's go to our charcoal barbecue category and also activate it. Select our entry point and our sales channel and click on save. Now have a look in the storefront, and you can also see your second category. For each category, the context menu can be opened with this button here, and it can be used for or to execute further functions. For example, to create a new category before the selected category, to create a new category after the selected category, or to create a new subcategory. You can edit and delete the category here as well. Before we start by creating a category together, I want to show you how this looks in the storefront. So this is our plain storefront. You can see the home navigation. So obviously we haven't got any products yet. We've got our footer navigation here with the service point, like service hotline, and the contact form. And the hint for the shipping costs with the link. Up here we've got our search bar. This is the point where you would actually log in as a customer or sign up. This is the shopping cart, and this is the drop down for your currencies. We now want to create categories which are listed next to the home point or home entry point. Where we then can add products, different products for different categories. So let's start in our administration by creating a new subcategory to our home category. I would like to give it this name, gas barbecue, and obviously charcoal barbecue as well. So I want to create these two categories first. You can edit the category by clicking either on the name or over the context menu over edit. This opens the general settings of the category. Please note that the categories are inactive by default, so we have to activate it first if we want to have it activated. Then we can enter individual tags. We can change the category type, if it should be a listing page, a structuring element, or functure as an entry point. Or we could also change the category type to a link type, which then obviously links to another page. These are the navigation settings for the entry point. In this case, we can select main navigation, footer navigation, or service navigation, because like I said or mentioned before, categories are also used for footer navigation and the service menu. Here we've got the menu settings where we've got the possibility to hide our category. For example, if you want to create a category for seasonal products like Christmas, you can hide the category instead of deleting it. You can upload a file or an image to this category and add a description. You've got the product tab where you can select the assignment type, either manual selection or dynamic product group. What a dynamic product group is, I won't explain that in this video because you can look that up in our documentation. That would really be too much for this video. So let's leave it at manual selection, and in this point, or at this point, I would then select the different products. Here you can change the layout or go directly to the designer to create a new design for this category, or you can delete the assigned category. The default listing layout is always, like it says, the default layout. You can leave it like that or just change your desired layout. With the category info, you've got all the information about the category. So the mapped category media, you can change the display mode from standard, cover, or stretch. Type in the minimum height. You can also change the link type, or go to the filter settings and the category listings, but these points are not necessary for our video now. Also, the SEO settings are not really necessary now. So let's just save this category and do the same with the next one. Activate it, double check everything, and save. Now let's have a look in the storefront. Refresh, and ta-da! There we've got our previously created categories: gas barbecue and charcoal barbecue. Obviously these, I've got no products yet, but that's why we will now create a product for these categories. But before that, I want to show you how a subcategory looks like. Therefore, just create a new subcategory for gas barbecue, for example, and give it a name, camping barbecue, and let's say barbecue stations. Here as well, by default, they are inactive. So let's activate them and go to the storefront again. So we've still got our categories here, but if you hover over the gas barbecue category now, you can then select these two created subcategories. So camping barbecue and barbecue stations are, when you look at the category tree, they are below the gas barbecue category. And this would be the same with the charcoal barbecue if we would create subcategories for it. But now let's create products which we can then add to our barbecue categories. Let's create a product. Under Catalogs, Products, you will get a list of your created products with the most important information. By clicking on the respective column header, you can change the sortings of the product. And next to the individual column caption, you will find a button which you can use to hide the column. To now add a product, just click on Add Product. This starts with the general information. So at this point, we have to give the product a title, a name. In our case, gas station 500. Then we can select a manufacturer for this product. This is the default manufacturer, but we will leave this empty because we will create a manufacturer together later. The product number, this is the number which is selected by default. You can just change it as you wish. We can just call it SW10. You can enter a product description. You can select if the product has a product promotion. This is the point where we just set our prices. So for example, we start with the tax rate. We can select the tax rate or how it should be calculated. So we've got the standard tax rate, the reduced rate, and the super reduced rate, but we will leave it with the standard rate. Here we give the product price. So let's say it should cost 500 euros. We've got the purchase price and purchase price net, the listing price and the listing price net, and the cheapest price last 30 days gross and net. After that, we've got our deliverability. So here we have to select the quantity which is in stock. Let's say we've got 10 gas stations. We can select the delivery time. Most of the products would have a delivery time. Okay, it's a gas station, let's say 2 to 5 days. We can also enter a restock time. We can say that the product should have a minimum order quantity or the maximum order quantity, and the purchase steps. For example, a customer wants to buy 2 of the gas stations, but it's only possible to buy 3 at a time. Here we've got the visibility and structure. The sales channel here this is our selected sales channel, and in this point as well, you can obviously choose more than one. This is the slide which just says that it's active for all selected sales channels. Here we have to select our linked category. We can enter a tag or enter some search keywords. So at this point, we have to select the category where the product should appear. Because we've got the gas station 500, we should then choose a category where it fits in perfectly. And in my opinion, this would be the barbecue stations as a subcategory from gas barbecue. Down here you can select media for the product. I've already downloaded a picture which we can just enter or upload via drag and drop. Then we've got the labeling. You can select the EAN or the manufacturer product number or the release date, for example. Yeah, and these were the general steps. So just click on save and go back to your overview. Now you see your first product. This is the Gas Station 500. That's the name, the product number. Yeah, we haven't selected a manufacturer yet, so this is empty. It is activated. It costs 500 euros, 10 are in stock, and yeah, this means that 10 are available. Before we have a look at the product in the storefront, I just want to show you where the product is listed now in the category. So we've got our gas barbecue with a subcategory barbecue stations. And in the tab products, the Gas Station 500 now is listed in the product assignment. So let's go to the storefront. This is our home category, which at the moment still lists every product we've got. But let's go to the gas barbecue category. The gas barbecue category also lists every product of the main category. So even products from the camping barbecue subcategory would be listed here. But if we go into camping barbecue itself, obviously no products are found. If we go into barbecue stations, we have our Gas Station 500 listed in this subcategory now. Back in our administration, we will now create a manufacturer together. You can add a new manufacturer via add manufacturer in catalogs and then manufacturers. This is the default example manufacturer, which comes with every Shopware store or Shopware shop. But let's create a new one. Click on add manufacturer and then the manufacturer information are needed. So let's start with the manufacturer name. Let's fill this with barbecue test. We can add a logo also via drag and drop, and we can add a description. After that, you've done with the manufacturer information, so click on save. If you then go to the overview, you can see your previously created manufacturer and the default one. And as usual, you can sort the manufacturers by different information up here with the little arrow. Let's quickly put the manufacturer into our product, the Gas Station 500. This is the manufacturer field, so if you now click on the drop down, you can see that the barbecue test manufacturer now appears in this drop down menu. Select it and click on save. Now I want to create some properties with you, because some products can be listed as a variant product. And for example, I want to give the customers the possibility to choose within the Gas Station 500 to choose a different color or some kind of different material. Yeah, so if a customer likes a black gas station 500 more than the red one, he can choose between different colors then. For that, go into Properties and click on Add Property. We start with the basic information like material. You could enter a description. Here you can say if this property should be listed in the product filters or should be listed in the product detail page. You can change the value display type, for example, image, text, drop down, or color. I will show you the difference in a minute. You can, just select the sorting type by custom or alphanumeric and the position. So at this point, we have to click on Save before we can enter the property values. Now we can add values. Click here and enter a name. So we've got material, let's call one of them plastic, position 1. And we'll leave it like it is now. And let's add, metal, position 2. Click on Save again. Now we've got the possibility to change values within the product under the name of the material property. At this point, I still want another property, and this will be color. Click on Save and add new values. Let's say we'll have the gas station 500 in red and in black. Click on Save again and go to your overview. Now you can see your created properties like color and material. Now go to your product. Open your product and let's enter a product description. I already copied one, which I will now paste just as a information for the customer that this product is available in 2 colors and 2 different materials. But this is not everything, because we want the customer to be able to choose, physically to choose these different materials or colors. Now, at the moment, we only got the description, but we want this product to be a variant product. For this, go into the tab Variants. Here you can start the variant generator by clicking on this button here. And with this step, we now have to choose our previously created properties to give or to link the properties to the product. So we want to have this product in red and black and in plastic and metal. So these 4 selected values will generate the variants. Let's see how it looks. These are our now created variants. We've got it in red and plastic, black and plastic, red and metal, and black and metal. So we've got 4 new variants which the customer can, buy. Now you've created the variants, just for safety, click on Save. And then have a look as a check in the storefront. So where is our product? You can obviously just click on the product in the home entry point. This is the product our customer can now buy. We've got our description here. This is what I just pasted into the description field. We've got our price of 500 euros, our product name. Here we can choose the quantity. We've got our product number here. And this is very important now. We've got our values, our properties which we created. So we can now buy this gas station with the color black in the material metal, or we can buy the product in red and in plastic, or in red and metal, or black and plastic, just as you like. So as a next step, I want to show you how you would generate new variants if you would have new properties. So just click on generate variants again. For example, you've got color material, what else? A limited edition variant or property, or a bigger or smaller one, just as you like. You would then select them as you just selected these. You can also change the storefront presentation. Just click on storefront presentation for it. So now you can adjust the display of the variants in the storefront. So you can define the order of the individual properties and assign a separate image to each variant. And here you can determine the order of the properties as well as the order of the options within the property. To assign an image, you can either access the data already added in the media section by upload by this button here, or upload the desired image directly from your local computer. This is this button here. Under the item product listing, you can choose between 2 display modes. If you click on single main variant, a drop-down list shows you the possible variants of the shown product, from which you can define one variant as a single main variant. So this is the only variant which is listed then, as a pre-selected variant, you could say. With the option expand property values in product listing, you have the option to extend the display to several individual variants, depending on the associated property values. So this means that the product with the property values selected here can be seen individually in the storefront in the listing. Well done, you've managed the first big steps. Now I want to show you something different. I want to show you how you can adjust or change the theme or your themes. For that, go under Content, Themes. Here you find an overview of all your created themes or uploaded themes. Obviously, we only got the Shopware default theme, that's why we want to change this one. For that, just click on the theme, and then we are in the default theme settings. Up here, we've got the field or the navigation which shows us where the Shopware barbecue theme or where the Shopware default theme is assigned to. So in our case, we've got it assigned to our sales channel, Shopware barbecue. Let's just have a look. This is our sales channel, and you can see this is our theme of our sales channel. It's not quite, it's very, very easy, and that's what we want to change. So we've got our primary colors, we've got our secondary colors, our border colors, or our background colors. Obviously we can adjust every color, but I just want to show you how it would look like or how it would affect our shop. So I will just change the background color to a slightly different color, just to show you how it would look. Let's change to our, refresh it. And this is what affects our theme then. So a theme is the look of your shop. Obviously you can change the border color or every other color. You can also change the colors of the status messages which appear in the top of your shop. For example, if a customer selects a shipping method which is not allowed in his country, there would be a notice or an information window notification coming up in his view or in his storefront. So by default it is blue, but obviously you can adjust these colors of the status messages as well. Here we've got the typography, font type, texts or headlines. We've got the text color and the headline colors. We can change the text colors just to blue to demonstrate how it will look. Refresh again, and as you see, this is our main color of the text which changed. So this is the e-commerce section. Here you can change the color of the price, the buy button and the buy button text, but I think you will, or you can imagine how it would look, so I will skip that. Now we come to the interesting point. We've got our theme media. If you already have a specific logo for your shop, this is the point where you can add it. You can add a logo for your desktop view, tablet view, or mobile view, so it's possible to have 3 different logos for every device. Because we work with the desktop preference now, we will just change the desktop logo. Just again, I will drag and drop. I previously uploaded it, but we will just replace it. By the way, this is a success message. So this one, and it's green. If you would have changed if you've changed the color, it would appear in that color then. So with this, I will just click on save and show you how it would look in the storefront now. Oh, now you can see instead of the demo store name, we've got our logo up here. Let's just change everything back to normal. And another important thing is the favicon. So that's the little icon which is displayed in your browser tab. You can change it here, you can delete it, or upload an own favicon. Yeah, so these were the main points with the theme. That's how you can adjust every theme by yourself. But you can also create or develop own themes and upload them. Now we know how to add and edit themes. In the next step, I want to show you how to create shopping experiences. But before that, we want to go through the legal requirement pages. So under shop pages, we've got the imprint, privacy, right of rescission, terms of service, and the payment and shipping pages. So let's create a new layout together. Click on create new layout for that. At this point, you have to choose which kind of page you would like to create. Shop page. All service pages of your shop are to be understood as a shop page. These include, for example, the general terms and condition page, the shipping conditions, or the contact form. And we have landing pages. These offer you a wide range of design and marketing options in your shop. So these can be theme pages in which marketing can be done, or other pages on which your customers can land during their visit to your shop. Then we have the classic listing page. You can also call them category page. So the category page automatically includes a product listing. So that would be the listing you see when you click on a category. But furthermore, you have the possibility to dynamically display text from the corresponding category on the category page. In the top right of the text element editor, use the data mapping to choose the dynamically display text, but I'll show you that in a minute. And last but not least, we've got the product page. Each product has its own product page on which all information about this product can be found and on which the product can be placed in the shopping cart. Some blocks such as the product descriptions or the buy box, including the product image gallery, are already available as standard. However, the page can also be desired completely by yourself. So let's create a listing page for our created category. Let's choose the full width, because at this point you can choose a section type to start with, either with a sidebar or without. Then give the whole thing a name. Let's call it gas barbecue, just like our category. And then click on create layout. We then automatically get to our creation page. You can see on the left our dashboard minimized, so we can really use the full size of our creation page for creation or editing our listing page. The creation page is divided into sections. These are sections. You can select the section by clicking on the selection field. then the selection settings open on the right side, and the things in the sections are called blocks. So this here is marked blue here then. This is a block, and you can also get to the block settings when you click into a block. So in our case, I want to show you how to create a new section and new blocks. For this, just click onto the plus button down here, and then you get asked if you want to add a new section as a sidebar or the full width of a creation page or section. So I also want to add a full width section. So I can see our second section beneath the first one, and here I can now add a new block. Up here we've got the block categories, so we are able to add a text block, an image block, a video block, text and image blocks, commercial blocks, sidebar blocks, or forms. So text, everything, text says it all. You can add different columns or teaser texts in different variations. You can add different image blocks, for example, a 3-column block, or even an image grid. You can add video blocks like YouTube videos or Vimeo videos. Text and image blocks. So we've got text and image in one block here in several variations. Commercial blocks. This up here in our first section is a commercial block. So these blocks show products, or even with dynamic product groups, or manually selected products in for example a 3-column product blocks or product sliders, or an image gallery. Then we've got the sidebars for product filters or category navigation, and we can add normal forms. So I want to add a text and image block now. So we can do this by clicking on the plus here, and then just drag and drop the selected block into the section. You can now add new images or pictures by clicking on the image. Then you can see that the image settings appear up here. So if you click on the element settings, you can just upload media from here. Add media. You can also enter the display mode or change the display mode, enter a minimum height, or enter a link type, so you can even put an URL behind the picture, so when a customer adds or clicks on the image in the storefront, they will automatically get linked to another page. So just do it, you can do it with all the pictures. Just add new images here, and here as well. Let's take this twice. And the same goes for the text. Just double click into the text, and then you can adjust or edit the text. Don't forget to press save after you've done. Then if you go out, it should applied. Oh yeah, they are there. We've now got our commercial block at the top here. To edit the commercial block, just click into or on the element setting button. Then you can change the layout type. You can edit the sorting or change some filters. This is a very important note. So it says that this element's product data is automatically loaded by the category associated with this layout. The content just shows a sample preview. So this is important. You can't add content or products manually here. So this just means if you assign this layout to a certain category, the products of the category will be listed like this commerce block. If we would choose another block, for example, a block with a product slider, it would just put the products into a product slider instead of this listing. So for now, we're done here. And now we can go into our category. We've got our gas barbecue category, so just click on it. And we can now assign our gas barbecue layout. In this case, I see that I've already done it. But if there would not be a layout assigned, you could just click on add layout or change layout and then select the previously created layout for this category. So let's have a look how our category looks in the storefront. In our storefront, we want to go to our gas barbecue category. So just click on here and then you can see our products. Obviously, if we would have more products, they would be listed next to each other here. But we've only created one by now, so this is the gas station 5005. And if we scroll down, we can see our image block with the added images and our text. Obviously, you've got really good and far more possibilities to create or edit your storefront or categories. So just try yourself out and it's fun to create shopping experiences. So back in the admin, we're nearly at the end of this video. Before I come to the point where you can get help or what the difference between SaaS and self-hosted is, I just want to jump into the settings and want to show you where our payment methods and our shipping methods are. So let's start with the shipping methods. We've got the shipping methods under shipping in our settings. As default, we've got the express and the standard shipping method. Of course, you can add your own shipping methods. So if we click here, we can enter the basic information for this shipping method, a description, a logo, a position. We can deactivate or activate it here. We can enter our delivery time, a tracking URL, or even add tags. Down here we've got the availability, so we can also add rules from the rule builder. We can select our tax calculation here, and we can set our prices for this shipping method. Coming back to the payment methods, we've got the same mask here, but the main thing about the payment methods is that our payment different payment methods are listed separately. So we haven't got a list like we just saw in the shipping methods. So we've got separate payment methods divided into its own section here. So we can activate and deactivate them very quickly with this little button here. But also we could edit the details, and then we get into the mask where we've got the description, logos, and the basic settings for this payment method, and the availability rules. So we could also say that these payment methods just work through different rules, or work for every customer, or whatever. Now I want to explain to you how to get help when you need it. So where do you create a ticket? For this, you have to log into your Shopware account. After you've logged in, we can see, just like in the admin, a dashboard on the left side and Shopware news or information in the middle. So if you've got a problem now and just want to contact us, you can click into the merchant area, and then again you can see the Shopware news in the middle. And the shops, you can see your different shops. Then also you've got the links to our documentation and the FAQ. And under support, you can create support tickets. So these are the tickets I've previously created. If you want to request support, just click here. If you've got the bigger plans, you can just click on request developer support, but in our case we will just stick with this. And then you have to click yourself through these request questions. So we want to request normal support for our product, but you could also request support for different extensions. In here you can choose if you want email support or telephone support by a callback, or if you need emergency support. In the next step, just type in your data, your subject, and the tickets, the information or description for the ticket. Obviously your previous analysis you're already checked. Access data, and don't forget the subject. Then click on next step, and so your request has been submitted. You can see the date and the time here. So this is the deadline or the dead time of your ticket. And then after requesting the request, your Shopware ticket or support ticket is listed in the overview. Other stuff in the account is, for example, the Academy, where you can get access to our user trainings. Here you get the basic information about you. So it's the contact data from you or your billing addresses. Accounting, so these are deposit for your payment methods, for example. Your users, and if you click here, you directly get linked to our Shopware documentation. If you still need help with things in general, there's also a lot of help and tips in our documentation. You can find our documentation under docs.shopware.com. Now we will take a look at the differences between Shopware On-Prem and Shopware Cloud. We will also look at the differences between the two cloud variants, SaaS and PaaS. SaaS, PaaS and on-premise are buzzwords that come up when it comes to service and sales models of e-commerce platforms. But what do they actually mean, and what do they stand for? SaaS and PaaS are buzzwords for the cloud platform. SaaS stands for software as a service and PaaS for platform as a service. But we will explain the difference later. When I talk about on-premise or on-prem in this video, it has roughly the same meaning as self-hosted and self-managed, meaning a server that you take care of yourself. But no matter if you choose SaaS, PaaS or on-prem, all solutions are based on the same code core, and that is Shopware 6. The Shopware 6 code is open source, so you know exactly what's under the bonnet. Through this open approach, we also enable a large community to participate and contribute by developing extensions, among other things. The advantage is a large ecosystem that comes with it. Partners, developers, and experts always keep an eye on the code and ensure reliability and work together on new solutions and extensions. In our FAQs, we provide a rough overview of the main difference between the Shopware Cloud and the self-hosted version. With the cloud, Shopware takes care of all aspects of software deployment, from the application itself to updates, maintenance, and the storage and provisions of all data. Shopware Cloud offers you a fast and uncomplicated start. With the on-prem or self-hosted version, the merchant has the option to determine their own hardware and software and therefore decide where the customer data is ultimately stored. In addition, you have extensive customizations option, for example with individual programming. In terms of direct costs, the on-prem solution is often considered the more affordable version. However, since all aspects of the infrastructure and the software must be managed by the user, a certain amount of technical know-how is required. Traditionally, on-prem installations often face challenges when it comes to scaling their own infrastructure. Often, expensive upgrades are necessary. The on-prem version does not necessarily have to be hosted on your own server, but you also have the option to host your platform where you want it. This can be a server for a hoster, from a hoster, for example. In addition, you have full access to the code and can therefore implement your shopping project according to your requirements with your own programming. You also have access to our comprehensive ecosystem, which includes extensions as well as the app system that can be used in the cloud. The decision for a self-hosting solution makes sense if you want to take care of the hosting yourself. In terms of cloud platforms, we now have the option between SaaS and PaaS solutions. SaaS, as software as a service, is a good choice for companies that want to have little to do with the administration of the software. Here, we take care of the software updates as well as the administration and maintenance of the infrastructure. So we scale up your business. In addition, you have full control over your resources and full expandability with the app system and the constantly growing ecosystem. PaaS, or Platform as a Service, is a more adaptable option that offers more flexibility. Here we only take over the management and maintenance of the infrastructure and the hosting. Software updates, for example, have to be carried out by the merchant himself. In addition, the PaaS solution offers you maximum customization options through self-programming and the ecosystem. You are also offered developer tools and performance monitoring. All versions can be extended with apps from the store and self-developed apps. It should be noted that in the on-prem version, the extensions have full access to the code and can therefore change it. This full access does not exist in the cloud. In order for your own extensions to work in the cloud shop, they must be created according to the app system. Apps do not access the code base directly, but communicate with the shop completely over the Shopware API. So when data is processed by an extension or an app, this is not done directly in the shop, but rather outsourced. For this purpose, the data is loaded onto the manufacturer's server using API, processed there and then later loaded back into the shop using the API. Let's now take another look at the cloud admin or a SaaS admin to see a few differences to an on-prem shop. The first directly noticeable difference is the themes item. This is not displayed under content as in the on-prem version, but gets its own point in the dashboard where all themes are then displayed. But most of the differences are in the settings. In Shop, for example, the item sitemap is missing as the generation interval is specified by us, and this is once a day. Then there are differences in the system. First of all, account is missing as this has its own point, for example, which is not available in on-prem. Then there is a new point, domains, where individual domains can be added. And in its place, caches and indices and Shopware updates are missing. For example, as this is taken over by us each day. The caches are also emptied once a day and the indices are regenerated. In the new item account, down here, you can then find the following. Firstly, the payment method can be entered here. Company data can be entered here. And then the book plan can be viewed here. And finally, the cloud shop can be cancelled over your account here.